we are leaving my listing in Seward Park, Hillman City. And so I thought I'd give you another driving tour down here of Columbia City, Hillman City, and just kind of show you what this neighborhood is like. So let's go ahead and get started. Ride along with me. Like I mentioned, we're leaving my listing here on South Lucille Street, one of the best streets over here. You're gonna see for sure kind of like what the neighborhood looks like down here. Now, we are heading east right now towards Seward Park. So one of the biggest attractions of living down here, which is south of downtown, is that you are close to Seward Park. One of the best parts about living down here is that you're close to Seward Park. So we are headed east right now, and if you continued on this road for about a mile, you would actually get to Seward Park, which is one of the big green areas in Seattle, South Seattle. We're south of downtown about 20 to 30 minutes driving. And so you'd get down to Seward Park. It has this great walking, biking trail around it, a ton of green trees, and it kind of juts out into the water and creates this little bay. And so it's one of the most popular places to go in South Seattle if you want to like go on a walk or anything like that. First, we're gonna go south, and then I'm gonna take you through the main part of Hillman City and Columbia City so you can see this. So we're gonna go right, which is south on Wilson here, to give you a little bit of an idea of what it's like around the neighborhoods here, but then we'll go back into some of the residential streets here. So now we are headed right south. We're gonna go down Finley. This is also a really nice street here in Seward Park area. One other thing about the homes here is that as you get up on some of these little hills, you start to get water views. So that's one of the great things about this area as well. A lot of these homes are older. So as Seattle was built out from downtown and came south, you have a lot of early 1900s homes here, and then into the kind of 1940s, 50s. Obviously some have been rebuilt down here, but a lot of older homes and a lot of really nice tree-lined streets like this. The other thing you have down here is honestly like a lot of street parking. So a lot of people still park on the street. Like the listing I have right now, it's mostly street parking for that. So as we continue, we're going west now. So you can kind of see there's a mix of different type of houses, but a lot of the houses here are single family homes. There are some townhomes as we get closer to what I would call downtown Columbia City. That is one of the main attractions of living down here, in addition to Seward Park, is that you get to be close to Columbia City, which has its own set of cool restaurants, coffee shops. There's some nightlife even down here. So you get to see that as we go up here on Rainier. So Rainier is the major thoroughfare through Columbia City and Hillman City. And so right now we're coming up on Rainier. You see Onda Coffee on the left with pastries, and then you see the flower boxes on my right, which is iconic because of its amazing donuts, and people line up around the block to get them, which is crazy, but it's so funny. In the morning you'll see people lined up to get them. So we're gonna turn right here to get onto Rainier and just tour through the middle of really what is Hillman City and Columbia City. So right here, as we go north to northwest, this is Rainier Ave. So this goes all the way from downtown Seattle into Columbia City and then Hillman City. So Columbia City is north of Hillman City. Hillman City is the southern part. So that's kind of what we're going through right now. And then to the east, you have Seward Park. So right now we are headed north on Rainier Ave. You see some poke, some barbecue. So there are always new and cool restaurants opening in this area, which is super fun to also see. You still have tons of coffee, different little shops, and like I mentioned before, a little bit of nightlife. So along this main thoroughfare, here you'll see a lot more of the townhome development. Like there to the left, you see some apartment buildings, some townhomes, because it's a bit more commercial down here, closer to Rainier Ave. That's what you see, more of those denser housing situations. But as you get further east or west, you're gonna see more single family homes. So now we're really in what I would call downtown Columbia City. You see Geraldine's on the right, you see the gallery, there's lots of different restaurants, coffee shops, and it's really like super walkable once you get over here. Olympia Coffee on the right, Molly Moon's ice cream. In my opinion, I would definitely call this downtown Columbia City. You can see there on the left, there is an apartment building. It's a little bit denser right here along Rainier Ave. And then the primary grocery store here in Columbia City is on the left here at PCC. That's like a local grocer. It's a little bit higher end, but it has some nice produce and it's a good place to go shopping. And like I mentioned, over here where it's more walkable, this is really where you would get your groceries if you lived over here, most likely. Now, after this light, when we look to the right, there's a big like play field here, and it has tennis courts, I believe some basketball courts. So this is a really nice area if you want to be active. Like if you're not going to Seward Park, you can come over here, you can play tennis, run around in the field, that sort of thing. So when we're talking about housing in Columbia City, like I mentioned, a lot of single family homes. You do get a bit more space here as compared to closer to downtown because we're a little further removed. Although the benefit of being in Columbia City, Hillman City, would be that you are closer to the SeaTac airport. So you can get to the airport a lot easier. So over here to the right, you'll see those tennis courts and the play field. Now, the other thing about Columbia City, which I really love, is there is a light rail stop here. Not all of the Seattle neighborhoods can say that for sure. So you do have the ability to take transit into downtown really easily from Columbia City. It's to the west of Rainier where we are right now. So the stop is a little bit to the west, but you do have that ability. We're crossing Genesee here. So if you went right on Genesee all the way to the east, you'd go past Genesee Park, which is this amazing big park, and you'd be able to go access that. Lots of dogs there, a big dog park. So like I said, you do have access to the light rail, which is really nice about Columbia City. So in terms of housing, you definitely have more access to housing that gives you a bit more space here than it would if you're closer to downtown Seattle. So here, single family homes, kind of like standard 2 to 3 bedroom to 1 to 2 bathroom, is gonna start anywhere from like $750 to $800. And then it goes up into the millions depending on how nice the property is. And so you definitely have a lower starting point than you might like in some of the other neighborhoods that are closer to downtown. The townhome market, you also can get a bit more here. Those start a little lower, so you're probably looking at starting around $600,000 to $700,000 for a townhome here, and then that can go up from there, obviously. And there are a few condos in Columbia City and Hillman City, but it's a lot less common. So there's not as many condo buildings down here. You don't see a ton of condo living. There are a few here and there, mostly a little older buildings. Those are affordable as well, but you just don't see those as often in this area. As we are going up here on Rainier, so this would take us all the way into downtown Seattle if we continue to go north on here. But the next neighborhood to the north here that we would run into is going to be Mount Baker. As we come into this stretch, this home stretch of the video as well, we're really coming right into South Mount Baker. So I would say right here where we are, we have Safeway on our right and then the self-storage in front of us. This is really the start of Mount Baker. Now, this is not a representative video of Mount Baker because we are on Rainier Ave where there's all of the commercial conveniences. And so like you see the auto sales place on the left and you see some high density housing on the right. And so this is not really a representation of Mount Baker. We will do a different driving video of Mount Baker, but this gives you an idea of what the downtown Columbia City and Hillman City are like and what some of the nice streets are like, just to give you an idea of what it would be like to live there. So I hope you enjoyed this video and had a better understanding of what those areas are like. And if you have any questions or you want any other tours of specific neighborhoods, driving tours, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to do more for you. Okay, we'll see you next time.